Somebody asked for a video about these in action. I'm not at the park or anything detecting right now, so I don't have a target in the ground, but I thought I'd show you the diggers. This is a new one. You can see the nice knurling on the handle, the butt cap. It doesn't have the brass end-piece, the brass probe in it like this one does. But you can see that's the original tip profile there, and you see how thin it is. That was what I originally designed it as, but it couldn't hold up. I think even if it was any other kind of blade, any other kind of metal, it would have bent under heavy use. And then this is the new tip profile, which is just grounded down into the curve, but you can see the difference between the two. Lost about an inch of length. But as soon as I did this, it's worked fine since then. I've not had one issue with it in like a year. I think I might have sharpened it once since then. You can see the tip there. But basic idea is you're sweeping the ground and you get a target, and this kind of replaces the screwdriver tool you would have in normal use. You can see some that was a mistake I made when I made this original one, is this part right here. But you'd be sweeping the ground. When you find a target, you can use the brass probe to probe and find it. Mostly for shallow targets. This kind of replaces the probe and screwdriver setup that a lot of people use. But then you can cut down to it if you want with the tip, and then you can also go in and pop it out as a popper. Actually, you can use the backside of it too as a popper too, and pop it out if you've cut the nice slot. My ground is very dry here because I don't really water. This is the only piece of green grass I've got. But you can see it's fairly easy to drive into the ground. If you happen to have dug a big hole, like you cut a big plug, then this is actually kind of nice tool. You can actually probe into the sides of the hole, and you could pop whatever the target is out, or dig a little bit out of the side of the hole if you want. Just as another tool. I carry it as an accessory tool with my regular digger. But if we go over to here to like harder ground, you can see that even this ground that's totally dry, this has been dry for months. And when I say you could really pry on it, I wouldn't really pry on it. I mean, like, don't try and break roots, heavy roots or anything with it, is really what I was kind of going for. But you could dig with it quite well and not have any issue at all if you wanted to in this fairly hard soil. I don't know if I have anything any harder around here to test it on, but stuff that looks a little harder. But you can see without much issue, even that little root there. When I say it's softer than I wanted it to, I just mean it just didn't turn out to be hard like a knife. I wanted to be able to harden it like a knife, but you can see the tip looks exactly the same as it did before. I just abused it like mad. So you can really abuse it pretty good. It's got a good bit of mass. This end piece here is fairly heavy. It goes into the handle about an inch and a half, and it's pressed in there pretty hard. So it's pretty heavy. You can actually use it for kind of a bit of a hammering type of tool. Although I didn't design it that way, it might eventually end up loose doing that. But as you could see, I said I don't really use it as a pick, but you can. No trouble there if you're really after that kind of a tool. But really, I just designed it for popping targets at a park is really the idea. It's really quite a decent tool. So there it is. I just wanted you to see it in action so you could see that it really is quite tough as is. And when I say it was not as hard as I wanted it, it's just because it's not like a knife hard. It's more like a butter knife sort of material. So there you go. No issues. All right, see. So there you go. If you wanted to look at that. So it's got the nice brass probe on it, so you can really probe into the soil and not scratch your target too. So obviously this is not probable ground. It's hard. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Pretty decent tools. I've got 9 of them that they're all nice and shiny and new like this one, and they'll have the brass probe in the end when I send them out. So there you go.